Some people think they're entitled to your time, your energy, your peace. Like you're an emotional vending machine they can kick whenever they're having a bad day. Boundaries? To them, those are just suggestions. But here's the ugly truth. Most of us don't realize how much damage has already been done until we're emotionally exhausted, living in survival mode, and wondering why we feel hollow after every single interaction. I remember one client, let's call her June. Sweet, loyal, mid-60s, the kind of woman who brought cookies to neighbors and never said no to a family favor. It wasn't until her own daughter asked to borrow money for the 4th time that month, without a single repayment, that June finally realized, this isn't love, this is entitlement hiding in a bloodline. That's why today I'm revealing 5 specific behaviors that you should never, ever tolerate from anyone. Not your partner, not your boss, not even your family. Because if you keep letting it slide, you're the one who pays the price. If you're ready to stop justifying disrespect and start protecting your peace, like this video, comment below, and subscribe. The emotional armor you're about to build starts right now. Let's dive in. 1. Constant criticism. There's a particular kind of emotional erosion that doesn't explode. It seeps. It starts with one offhand comment about your outfit, then your voice, your ideas, your dreams. Over time, you start shrinking, not because you've changed, but because someone has slowly convinced you that nothing about you is quite right. That persistent criticism isn't just unpleasant. It's psychological warfare. And it's the first behavior you should never tolerate, no matter who it's coming from. People often confuse criticism with helpfulness, but there's a massive difference. Constructive feedback is specific, collaborative, and rooted in care. Constant criticism is about domination. It doesn't target what you do, it targets who you are. For many of us, especially those who've spent decades internalizing this under the guise of tough love or family dynamics, the pattern can feel dangerously normal. Familiar doesn't mean healthy. Just because someone has always spoken to you that way doesn't mean they ever should have. Psychologically, ongoing criticism activates the brain's threat detection systems. Repeated negative feedback from people we're emotionally close to can rewire us to anticipate rejection even when none is coming. You start doubting your own ideas before you speak. You feel anxious before sharing anything vulnerable. You lose your natural confidence, not because it was never there, but because someone has been steadily chiseling away at it. From a Stoic perspective, this is the opposite of a virtuous life. Epictetus taught that while we can't control what others do, we are fully responsible for what we accept and how we respond. To live with dignity means drawing clear lines around what is acceptable. A person who consistently tries to diminish you isn't offering wisdom. They're undermining your soul. The moment you recognize this pattern is the moment you begin to reclaim your space. And with each step back from the noise, you start to hear yourself again, clearly, honestly, and without apology. That's where healing begins, and that's where their control ends. 2. Boundary violations. When someone repeatedly ignores the limits you've clearly set and then makes you feel like the problem, it isn't a misunderstanding. It's a power play. Boundaries aren't walls. They're invisible fences we create to protect our time, our space, our emotional bandwidth. Needing advance notice before guests arrive, refusing to discuss certain topics at dinner, wanting alone time or digital privacy, these aren't unreasonable demands. Yet boundary violators, especially those closest to us, often act as if they are. Some were never taught to see boundaries. They grew up believing love means full access. Others test the door deliberately. A little push here, a nudge there, until you push back. When you finally do, they call you dramatic, selfish, or cold. The subtle violations are the most sinister because they happen so gradually. The coworker who jokes too often about your personal life. The parent who brings up painful subjects in public. The friend who forgets to pay you back. The partner who accidentally reads your messages. Epictetus said no one has power over your inner world unless you give it to them. But the outer world, your time, energy, and space, also requires stewardship. When you allow constant intrusion, you lose sight of what's yours to protect. The key is clarity, not aggression. Describe the behavior, state how it affects you, define what needs to change. No apologies. Boundaries without consequences are just suggestions. If someone keeps crossing the line despite clear communication, it's time for action, limited contact, ended conversations, or complete distance. No one who truly loves you will resent your boundaries. They may stumble at first, but they will adjust. Anyone who insists your limits are unreasonable is telling you exactly how little they value your autonomy. Your space is sacred. Your peace is not optional. Your boundaries are not negotiable. 3. Manipulation and gaslighting. Long-term victims of gaslighting can lose the ability to distinguish between intuition and anxiety. That's the kind of damage emotional manipulation causes. It doesn't leave bruises, it leaves confusion. Unlike other forms of abuse, manipulation and gaslighting don't announce themselves. They infiltrate. They make themselves look helpful, reasonable, even loving. That's what makes them so dangerous. You're being too sensitive. I never said that. You always twist things. These aren't just disagreements. They erase your reality. Over time, you hand over your certainty in exchange for peace until you stop trusting your own memory, decisions, and instincts. The Stoics taught us to seek truth above all. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that perception is not always reality. Gaslighting does the opposite. It warps reality so masterfully that you begin to rely on the manipulator's version of events because yours feels unstable. Defend yourself by stepping into observation. Write things down. Keep a journal of conversations. Test your perceptions with someone outside the fog. Then set a consequence. Not a threat, a boundary with a door. When the pattern repeats, step back. You don't need a fight. You need freedom. Emotional manipulation is not a communication problem. It is an engineered system of control. And no one who truly loves you would ever want to dismantle the core of who you are. Trust the discomfort. Trace it to the pattern. And when someone repeatedly makes you feel like you've lost your mind, stop giving them access to it. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. 4. Chronic dishonesty that destroys trust. There's a silence that falls the moment you realize someone has lied to you, intentionally, premeditated, with a straight face. In that moment, something breaks, not just between you and them, but inside yourself. It's rarely the big outrageous lies that cause the most damage. It's the slow drip of white lies, half-truths, promises never kept, convenient forgetfulness, shifting stories that almost match. Each one chips away at your emotional foundation. Repeated exposure to dishonesty damages your ability to trust, not only others, but yourself. You question your intuition. You double-check your memory. You feel foolish for expecting consistency. The Stoics were unflinching about truth. Seneca taught that truth is the first lesson of friendship. Without it, there is no real connection, only the illusion of one. When dishonesty becomes a pattern, stop listening to apologies and start watching behavior. When words and actions don't align, believe the actions. Limit exposure. Set clear expectations. Enforce real consequences, distance, separation, silence if necessary. You deserve consistency, not perfection. Honesty, not empty reassurances. And when that's absent, it's not your job to make peace with it. It's your job to leave. Because honesty isn't just morality, it's mental health. Don't let dishonesty steal one more piece of your peace. Not again, not ever. 5. Disrespect. Disguised as jokes. It starts with a laugh, a casual jab in public that makes your cheeks burn. You force a smile to keep things smooth, but something tightens in your chest. When you finally speak up, they throw up their hands. Relax, I was just joking. This is one of the most socially accepted forms of emotional abuse we allow, especially from people closest to us. These aren't harmless jokes. They're precision strikes to your dignity hidden behind sarcasm. They mock your dreams, criticize your body, question your choices, all while demanding you laugh along. If the laughter only goes one way, it isn't humor, it's humiliation. Marcus Aurelius taught that words should heal, not harm. Disguising cruelty as truth or jokes is not courage. It's cowardice with a clever vocabulary. Stop laughing at what hurts. When someone crosses the line and wraps it in humor, name it calmly. That felt disrespectful. Don't argue. Let the discomfort sit with them. If it continues, escalate your boundary, withdraw emotionally, or remove them from your space entirely. Proximity doesn't entitle anyone to degrade you. You're allowed to say, "That's not funny." You're allowed to walk away from people who mistake cruelty for connection. Dignity is not up for debate, not in your presence, not anymore. You've just seen 5 behaviors no one, not even family, should ever get away with. Constant criticism, boundary violations, gaslighting, chronic dishonesty, and disrespect hidden behind "just kidding." These aren't quirks, they're warning signs. Tolerating them doesn't make you strong, it makes you tired. Every time you let someone cross a line without consequence, you teach them and yourself that your peace is optional. It's not. Start small, set one firm boundary. Say no without guilt. Call out one joke that isn't funny. Those small acts of self-respect are how you rebuild a life that feels safe, strong, and truly yours. If this spoke to you, like, comment, and subscribe. Because you're not alone, and your voice might be exactly what someone else needs to hear tonight. The next step toward peace is waiting on your screen. Click it. You've already proven you're brave enough to see the truth. If this video spoke to you, like, comment below, and subscribe because you're not alone, and your voice might be exactly what someone else needs to hear tonight. The next video on your screen is your next step toward peace. Click it now. You've already proven you're brave enough to see the truth.